Well, hello, welcome back, my beautiful angels. It is I, Tigra, from Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All. Thank you for joining me as I continue to bring you to the world of creation and artistic expression and to new or sort of new oracle decks or tarot decks that were created by many creators from Etsy. Others of them have not only created them and had them on Etsy, but they also had them on many other platforms that many of my subscribers, as well as deck creators, the spiritualists or readers themselves, are familiar on where to purchase these decks are at. Many people are creative and they go beyond Amazon and the other big stream places of where to showcase their decks. Etsy is just one of them. There's some others. I'm not compensated for advertising them, so I'm not going to. But I'm quite sure if you follow other readers, they might disclose it, or you might be an avid purchaser of cards yourself and you're well aware of the other avenues other than the big stores and where to purchase your cards. I deal a lot with a lot of Etsy creators. There are indie creators. These are people who really love what they do. They put a lot of heart and soul and passion into their decks. They try their best to make the decks affordable. And more importantly, they stand behind their decks. And for each of them, the creation of a particular deck, whether it's their first deck or their fifth, it means something to them and they have an intent with it. I just try to be an avenue, a bridge to gap between you and them so that you are interested, you can be introduced to them and you can also learn about their work. Not everyone goes on Etsy. Not everyone knows there's other avenues in which you can buy decks from. So, please support me and support these creators by watching the videos, watching the deck reviews, and, take a few minutes to go to their websites if that's provided. Take a few minutes to go to their Etsy shop or their Instagram or the other social media avenues that they have. So today, we're going to be doing another oracle deck. Most of the decks that I've been doing in the past couple of weeks have been oracle cards. I'm going to try to do like maybe 2 a week, like I said, until maybe the end of October, and then I should be done. So I'll have one more for you this week. I don't want to over inundate you with too many cards, but the collection of each deck review is on my deck review playlist. So if you're interested in any of the past deck reviews that I've done, or you forgot the contact information, you forgot the name of the cards, they're all there for your easy reference. So today's oracle deck, Balancing the Feminine Oracle Cards, is brought to you by Maria Leggett. Okay, and she has a Etsy shop, and that is where I made contact with her. You can also reach her there, or you can reach her at marialeggettunveiled.com. And this is, her deck came to me shipped like this, of course in an outer packaging, but it's in the cellophane. And this is the first oracle deck, for those of you who've been keeping up with the deck reviews that I've been doing, that actually seems to come with a booklet. So yeah, this is the first one. Actually, I've gotten like information on face cards. This one it's a little booklet, but I mean it is a booklet and not too many people do that. So Maria does bless you with a booklet. She also provided me a little note card, and I like to share with you the little things. Sometimes they give you charms or stickers. Dream it, wish it, do it. Definitely believe in that. And this must be a miniature of one of the cards. Unveiled, let your voice be heard. And this deck was copyrighted and made in 2021. This must be a sample of one of her cards here that she's showing us. So this face card has this beautiful floral print on the backdrop of a black card. This is a matte deck. This is a standard size deck. If you would like to compare it with other decks that I have, it's an average size deck. Especially for Etsy creators, it's an average size deck. The booklet is about the same size. Okay. We'll leave this here so you can get an idea of the pattern. And we want to thank Maria for giving me the opportunity to bring this deck to your attention. Let's go into what she says in her card to me. Thank you so much, Tigra, for reaching out. I truly appreciate you and your followers for their time and energy. And we have a special bonus. This is the second time that I'm doing a deck review where the creator is offering you a percentage. So she's offering 10% off her shop with the code Tigra10. Okay, and her shop is at Etsy at Maria Leggett Unveiled. So put in the code Tigra10 and you'll get 10% off on your purchase. Let me see. She says, I would also like to offer a free deck to one of your subscribers of your choice. Oh, wow, that's different. No one's ever offered that. The deck has 6 mini decks within the one. Balance, Cardinal. I'm not quite sure what the other word says. Element, Chakras, Female, Archetypes. And she has, 12 full moons and all moon phases. There's a small guidebook included, which I just showed you. And the cards were designed she designed the cards so that whether you're a new reader or an advanced reader, all alike, the deck should be very easy for you to relate to. May the goddess be with you and support you in all your endeavors. And you as well, Maria. Thank you. Isn't that lovely? I would like to also offer a free deck to one of your subscribers of your choice. Ooh, that's a tough one, Maria. I have a few in mind. I really do. I'll get back to you on that one. That's a little, it's a tough one, but it's not a tough one. But I have someone in mind. Okay, so Balancing the Feminine Oracle cards. Let's see what we have as far as the book. So she starts out with a gratitude page. Maria is based in Ohio. Oh, I like this. She gives you a little bit of information on how to cleanse the deck. And again, as she even mentions, there are several ways to cleanse the energy of a deck of cards. And below, she's listed a few. Okay, so she goes into the herbal smoke of saging, shuffling the cards over the smoke. Use your breath to indicate the element of air and blowing the cards fronts and backs as you shuffle them. I never knew that. Put down in the comments if you knew that was one way to cleanse your cards, that you can actually breathe on them, blow air on them, which is an element, as you shuffle them. Envision what no longer serves falling off and being transmuted. And 3, hold the deck together and knock on it 3 times, envisioning what no longer serves falling off and being transmuted. So 2 of those 3 things I do. I cleanse and I smudge, and then I also do the knock. But I never heard about breathing, blowing air on the cards. So again, you learned something new. Thank you so much for that, Maria. And then she goes into the breakdown. So it seems like the cards are numbered, and within the number, like they're in different series. So like cards 1 through 4 is balance. Cards 5 through 8, directions and elements. Cards 9 through 15 is the female archetypes. Cards 16 to 22 is dealing with the chakras. Cards 22 to 34, full moons and months. And moon phase cards are 35 through 44. So that answers 2 questions. It is broken down into particular segments. And there's 44 cards total in the deck. There was no bag accompanied with this, so you will have to get your own little chiffon bag or box, or however you wrap your cards. Some people wrap them up in satin handkerchiefs. So like I said, this is a matte deck, but it is very matte, not glossy at all. The edges, I don't know if it's maybe in production or maybe because it's matte. So the edges, I guess because I'm so used to working with so many semi-gloss decks, it's a little, just a little rough to the touch. But otherwise than that, it is matte. Let's take a look. We discussed that the back is all done in the black matte. All the backings of the cards are the same with this little lily flower, and then her logo, 2021, Maria Leggett Unveiled LLC. Then when you turn over, you start with the number 1 card ending in 44. The first card starts with balance, and the last card is the blue moon. She does have a face card. These will be very easy to shuffle. I'm not sure if this is Maria, but I'm going to guess that it is. What a beautiful face card. An introduction card. Balancing the Feminine. Channeled by Maria Leggett, this powerful 44-card oracle deck was written with women in mind and the issues which can arise for them. The true beauty of this deck is that it can and should be used by everyone, as it's about balancing both sides of yourself. So just to clarify there, for those of you who'll say, the guys will say, oh, well, I'm not going to watch this any further. It's not for us guys. No, remember, we each have our yin and yang side. We both have male and female tendencies inside. So that is why she's saying this deck can apply to anyone. When you're not in balance, life can feel more complicated and difficult than it needs to be. Balancing the Feminine has 6 mini decks within to provide spirit-based answers to the questions you have. Maria can be found on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and the web by searching her by name, Maria Leggett Unveiled. So again, if you can't find her on Etsy, she's on Facebook, Instagram, and her web site at Maria Leggett Unveiled. So I like this card because it gives us great detailed information about the deck and her meaning and what her purpose is of it. So I love that. So let's see. I'm so excited. So with the first card, and it does have, it really depends. Some people are very delicate with their cards. Some people are a little rough. So again, the way how you handle your cards and take care of them is how long they're going to last you. If the card stock is kind of flimsy, of course they're going to give and they're going to bend. And some people shuffle really erratic, so it will cause them to curve. So this can probably loosen up some as it ages. Those of us that don't allow others to touch the cards, everybody again has their preference. Some readers, they need to have their clients touch their cards. They feel that they tap in better that way. Others, like myself, I actually do better intuitively tapping into them otherwise than the physical touching of the cards to get the information that I need. Again, it's a preference. And I just find when I don't have so many people touching the cards, I don't capture all those energies into my physical card. So again, it's a matter of preference. So how well you take care of these cards or how well they're going to last you. So protect them by wrapping them up in satin, putting them in a box. Just keep them safe and not open and tucked away when they're not in use. So we start out with the first card, and just to kind of introduce you to the way how this design of this particular deck is. And if you're just joining me, this is the deck review, which was created by Maria Leggett. It's called Balancing the Feminine. It is an oracle deck of 44 cards. One thing I neglected to mention, which was different also, this deck is actually dedicated to Patricia Persimone. She was born in 1964, and unfortunately she passed away in 2019. According to this, I'm not sure if she mentions no, I don't see. I was wondering if she mentioned who this particular person is, but she doesn't. But we pray that her spirit is with God and that she's at rest, and she must have meant something to her very, closely and lovingly, that she would dedicate this to her. So we send her many prayers. In the back of the book also, she has a little bio about herself, which I didn't get a chance to disclose to you. Maria Leggett is a psychic medium intuitive who receives divine guidance from her spirit guides through practices of meditation, Reiki, shamanism, divination, tarot, aromatherapy, and magic. She helps to bridge a connection between the worlds of the living and those on the other side by bringing the messages of love and healing from crossed over loved ones. She teaches classes on mediumship and spirit communication, aromatherapy, energetic protection, tarot, Reiki, and more to empower her clients. Wow, she is a full department store of healing and lessons and just life and love. And if you're interested, in addition to her deck, or even if you're not interested in the deck, but you're interested in the other aspects of what Maria is about and what she teaches and tries to help others with, please, by all means, again, reach her at the many avenues on social media or at her website. Again, this booklet, for those of you who like booklets, it is numbered. It is kind of small, the font, but you can put on your reading glasses, you will be able to read it. She does give you a full definition of a particular card. So let's see if we'll work with the first card. And she calls it Meet the Card. So we have the first card here, right, which is 1, balance. So the way how she has her cards designed, she has the number of the card dash. She mentions the number dash and then the key word. There is a portrait or a picture or a graphic, narrative, and then there's a fuller definition on the bottom. So the first card, balance. Maintaining balance is imperative for self-care. You must fill your cup in order to give to others. Take the time now. Very eloquently said. And then again in the book, so you might want to use the book because the book also gives you additional. So let's see what the book offers. One must be of both the light and dark within. One must be connected, so to speak, with both the light and dark within us, the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang. Did I mention that? There are days when one is more prominent than the other, which is true, but overall it's important to make sure we are doing the inner work to stay balanced in our energy. Ignoring your shadow self can cause you harm. So she's not just talking about having balance in life, but just balance with your whole nature, your whole being, the way how you live your life, how you look at life, how you regard your energy. Not always thinking, not always just working with the positive, but also addressing your negative. So I love that. So that's how the book would be used. So as a reader, or if you're just using this for your own personal practice, I definitely would suggest using this book with the card because it can give you valuable additional information. So definitely use that. The second card is feminine, and I like the colors. Even though this is a matte deck, she did very well with the photography. I like the script font combined with the standard Times Roman font, very pretty. She captures I love the little droplet of water on the rose. Shedding tears doesn't make you weak. Allow yourself to feel the emotion and then release them in your highest good. So that was feminine, and now card 3 is masculine. Structure and clarity are needed. Notice your surroundings. Sometimes we need to walk away for our own safety and peace. 4, shades of gray. Love this with the feathers. Isn't that beautiful? Things are not always black and white. There are shades of gray. Open your mind to the possibilities of something different. And that is so, so true, Maria. Thank you for pointing that out, because sometimes in life, we want things to be exactly how we want it to be, or we want it to be this defined picture, and it isn't. Sometimes things are kind of like in between, and it's those shades of gray that we have to be willing to accept and be also willing to live with and learn how to work with. Card 5 is Air and East. That was the sample card that I showed you earlier. You're a leader, and it's up to you to set the example for the flock. Take the stage and show them how it's done. Wow. 6 is Fire South. Now remember, the cards are broken up into groups. Like she said, mini decks within a deck. Your inner drive is asking to be seen and let out to play. Ignoring it could backfire and cause you to feel restless. Sagittarius, right? That's us. Water West. Go where the emotion flows. Release the blockage, allowing your energy to flow through your body once again and be whole. I love the photography work on these cards. I love the use of colors. Card 8 is Earth North. Follow your truth path. It may not always be clear. Trust in spirit and your ability to walk in it. Stand outside barefoot and ground. Look at that beautiful picture of the forest. 9 is the Maiden. It's time to frolic and play. Be present in your life. Adulting is hard enough. Take a moment to let go. To let go of worry and exist in trust. I love that she used, a plus size person here. Yay, represent, there's all sizes. There's all beauty in all women. And I love the representation of that in this card. Card 10, the Mother. Birth the dream you be carrying out into the universe to become manifest. You are the only thing holding yourself back. Love this woman of color, showing the braids. Again, she's using a lot of color. I also, if you notice, what I noticed, the border, the line across the key word, the colors alternate. 10, the Huntress. Wow. That, I've come across a lot of decks in my lifetime. The Huntress. You've heard of the Mistress, but the Huntress, I love that. Embrace your sexuality. Break the mold of society and be brave by being uniquely you. The world needs your uniqueness. So for those of you who are into same sex or whatever you're into sexually, be who you are. Don't be afraid to love who you want to love or represent yourself sexually how you wish to. Wow, look at this one, 12 the Lovers. Okay. Acceptance of who you are not is everything. You're a star, shine bright for the whole world to see. So she has like the rainbow colors here going on, and I like that. The Lover, that's different. Really great stuff here. 13 is the Mystic. As above, so below, and within, so without. Your magic lies inside of you. Trust your solar plexus chakra when it speaks to you. Wow. Really, really nice. This has been put together really, really creatively and thoughtfully. And I'm not surprised based upon, her bio of all that she is capable of doing and what she's taught and what she teaches and what she's learned herself. You can see she has that knowledge within the way how she's described this deck and put the type of wording and energy into it. Look at this one, the Queen. Oh, she looks royal. Love it. Adorn yourself and feel into the exquisite beauty of who you are. Step into your leadership role without comparison. And hello, special shout out to my growing subscribers and followers in India. Warm welcome from the States. The Queen, beautiful, I love it. 15 is the Sage. Life isn't a race. Take one step every day, and before you know it, you'll be at your goal. Set a new one and continue on. There's something when I sensed this card, I didn't think of the sage like sage, the herbal, but when I looked at this card of this eloquent elderly woman, I thought of her wisdom and her age, and what came to my mind is don't rush life, because before you know it, we'll be old enough. And that's what I got from this card. Oh, look at this one. 16 root chakra. Beautiful. It looks like a chrysanthemum, right? The Christmas flower almost. Choose your beliefs wisely. Opinions from others belong to them and not you. Clear any unnecessary etheric cords. So she gets really technical here. You know, and maybe one day I would love to interview her, or maybe she'll comment below in this video and let us know when she has courses available, if maybe she's on tour or stuff like that, because I would love to learn a few things from her, because I love the messages in this deck. So you go into card 17, the sacral chakra. Make space for self-care, so you may let your imagination run wild, get creative. The only boundaries are the ones you choose. The solar plexus, beautiful sunflower. The clarity you seek, you already have. It's time to believe in yourself rather than seeking an answer outside of yourself. I say that in so many ways to my subscribers and those who watch my videos, that sometimes you don't even need to look at a reading. You don't need to get a reading. You don't need to go to an outside source. You already have the answer within. But many of us need clarity, or we need further confirmation, or we don't trust our own intuition. Beautiful card 19, so bright and cherry. I love this. The heart chakra. Bring joy back into your life. You've been too serious. Remember to live, love, and laugh. Forgive and release in your highest good. Beautiful. Your throat chakra. Love the imagination behind this, using the microphone for your voice. Card 20. Speak your truth to remove the blockage in this area. Accept yourself for who you are and who you are not. 21 is the third eye. Look at this one. Ooh. Meditate to expand your vision. Visualize your future and it will appear in front of you, one day, one step at a time. 22 is your crown chakra. Look at the beautiful dove. Remove the human ego in order to accept connection with the divine source. Doubt and lack of faith in yourself creates a blockage. And I tell my subscribers from time to time that, you know, sometimes we stand in our own ways, not necessarily someone else. Now, I can tell this is breaking into another portion of the mini decks, because now we're getting the months and the moons. 23 is the wolf moon for January. Energy. Without the darkness, we cannot appreciate the light. New beginnings are ahead. Go outside and howl at the moon. I love it. 24 is the hunger moon. This is a time of transition. Embrace the changes, and no spirit will provide for you during this time. You are not alone. As you can see, this deck with the range of the words and the descriptions, and remember, as great of information and the depth of information that Maria is providing you, not only in the keyword but also in the body of information on the card, don't forget there's still a whole bunch of additional information within her book. So if you want to capture your subscribers' attention, or if you want to capture your client's attention, or if you want to, you know, expand and gain more insight, definitely tap into the book as well. We get card 25, worm I'm saying worm moon, March. As Gaia awakens, this is a sign for you to awaken to new possibilities. Start hunting in earnest. The early bird catches the worm. And then we go into April, card 26, rebirth. Words are intentions. Say out loud the intentions you are planting for the things you want to come to fruition and harvest. We go from very soft colors to very deep, passionate colors to floral colors. I love the people and it's just so descriptive, the graphics in this. I love it. 27, May, flower moon. Invoke your inner goddess and dance under the moon, embracing the divine feminine. Allow the moon mother to guide you. So invoke your inner goddess and dance under the moon. We go on to June. Ooh, beautiful. These look like poppies, red poppies. Look at the glow. That is such a shot. That's such a natural photography shot there. That's beautiful. Summer solstice, allow the sun into your life and bring the clarity and warmth you desire. Allow yourself to see what you're missing. We're going into July. Card 29, the buck moon. It's time to regenerate, sit back and relax, knowing everything will rebuild with time, bigger and better than before. Card 30 is the corn moon for August. Resources are bountiful. It's time to stock up with what's available. Instead of wishing for something else, use what you have. 31, harvest moon for September. The intentions you set are ready to be harvested. Did you set ones in your favor or something which worked against you? Ooh, remember, it's what you plant those seeds to be. You know, whatever you put out there is what you're going to get back. Hunter's moon for October, card 32. Honor and respect the earth and her animals which feed many. Be in tune with the earth now and see what she has to teach you. Okay, we're going to go over the next few in silence and just get you feel the vibe and truly of the pictures. I like this one, the full moon. This is beautiful. Third quarter, card 42. And the last card, the blue moon. Stop waiting for the exact right time to do what you want. Make the time to be happy now, in this moment. Use the good dishes. You know what that means, right? Isn't that? I love that. Yeah. Use the good dishes. Come on, for those of us, remember our moms and our grandmas, they're always saving the good dishes and the good this and the good that for a rainy day or for some better day or better occasion. Listen, you don't know how long you're going to be on this earth. You might never have, you know, a day to use those good things. Use them now. Don't wait. A lot of things we put aside, we end up leaving for others. Use the good dishes now. I love that. Cards, they shuffle well, as you can see. Fanning out, not so much so because they are matte, like I said, but they do shuffle well. They will, you can see they're bending just a little, but again, you know, that's to be, yeah, okay, so yeah, I'd have to break these in. They give me a little bit of resistance, but in time, they will do better. But this is a beautiful deck, and sometimes it's not so much about, I mean, sometimes you have to give up as far as the fanciness of the deck as far as the card stock, because what really is important is the content. And this deck has beautiful content. It has sacred content. It has content that you can grow and love and use in any reading, whether it's a general reading, a love reading, a shadow reading, whatever you wish to use it for. You will have to break the cards in, I find. I've never had a deck this matte before, so I do see that it won't be a problem, though, once I continue to keep using it. It probably will soften up some. And, you know, if you want, you can color the edges, too. I would love to see her, if possible, do this deck over again. So in the glossy, only because I'm so spoiled rotten. I love glossy decks. But This deck I love, and I will accept it as it is in this fashion, because what's more important to me is the beauty in the content of this deck. These are valuable sayings. These are valuable teachings and learnings. These are the type of guidance you want when you do a reading, backed up with a great book. In addition, you have the book, you have the cards, and you have your intuition. You have a lot to work with here. And as Maria said in this little sticker, dream it, wish it, do it. Do it. Contact Maria today. Try to get your hands on this deck. Again, like with many of these creators, I'm not sure what her stock or supply is, if she'll be making other decks, if this will be a one-off, and once she sells out, she doesn't have any more. But if you wish to reach out to Maria, please do so. Maria Leggett, again, bringing you the balance the feminine oracle cards. Balancing the feminine oracle cards. Get this today at your Etsy shop, or if you just want to reach out to her, because again, she is into so many things that some of you might have an interest in. But I just want to take this time to thank Maria. Blessings on to her. And again, show her your appreciation by stopping by and saying hello, or inquiring in how you can get the deck, or maybe, tap into some of the other things that she's into that you might have an interest in. Well, stay tuned, and namaste.